right, guys, we are back at the Audio Advice live event. We're at Kanto. This is a brand that you guys might not be too familiar with on our channel, but it's a brand you're going to be hearing more about. I realized Audio Advice sent me some of their products in the Ferrari red color, and they're quite striking to look at. I think it was the UV4s and the UV6s, which are here on display. They have a whole array of powered speakers here. They've got an 8-inch sealed subwoofer. They have something interesting. They have a feature on a speaker on this new product here I've never seen on a powered speaker. They have a headphone jack. Tell me about that. Give me by the way, this is Jason.
Hello.
Jason Zavarella, right?
Zavarella.
Zavarella.
Yes.
Jason, give me a rundown of the products. Why the heck do you have a headphone jack on a pair of speakers?
That's right. So when we were designing TUK, we were looking to make kind of a jack of all trades speaker. We wanted to work equally as well on desktop, for home theater use, for connecting to a turntable, and then also smart home. So there's kind of like 4 main tenets we were trying to hit. So to make it work well on desktop, it has a USB input and it has that headphone out. So that you can just pop it on top of some speaker stands and you get a really amazing audio quality experience, and you don't have to buy an external DAC or DAC amp combo. You can just power your headphones right off the speakers themselves. That
is kind of a clever feature. And one thing I really was impressed by on these, what's the model with the AMT in it?
Yeah, that's TUK.
That's TUK.
That's correct.
I was actually pretty impressed with the bass capability of the speaker. Now, all these other speakers sounded good on their own. Of course, adding the subwoofer added the extension that you really want if you're a bass head like me. But hearing the TUK model without the sub, it was like night and day. I mean, this speaker really has a lot of low-end punch to it. And part of that is because you're doing some active DSP in it as well, right?
That's correct, yeah. So most of our speakers, not too much DSP trickery happening, but TUK is fully tuned DSP. So we're able to, basically take down a little bit of the volume from the mids and the high end and boost the bass a little bit, and you get that really deep extension that you wouldn't really expect from a speaker that does from a 5 1/4 inch driver.
I got you. So give me a rundown on the prices from the UV4 all the way to the TUK.
Yeah, so it's actually U4. Not to correct you, but got to plug the product correctly here.
Yep.
So U4, the smallest guy here, $420. That comes with phono preamp built in, RCA, auxiliary. It has optical and Bluetooth, so ton of connectivity and a sub out. You're going to find the same feature set on U6, which runs you $500 for the black-white version. The walnut versions you see here, I believe, are $530 or possibly $540. I'm not a sales guy, so don't quote me too hard on that. And then moving on to the flagship speaker TUK, that's $900. And that gets you a very comprehensive product, gets you pretty much all the same features, plus that USB input I was talking about, and it has an active crossover on the sub out. So at 80 Hertz, it'll low pass to the sub out and high pass to the speakers.
So one thing really cool about your speakers, even from the entry-level model, and a lot of powered speakers don't have this, is a subwoofer output, which is critical because if you want to extend the bass of your system, you can't do it on a lot of USB-powered speakers.
Yeah, that's right. So it's kind of ubiquitous across the whole lineup. We even have some U2s. Whoop. Our smallest little desktop speaker, that even has a sub out. So all of our speakers have sub outs. We basically kind of, the thought is, if you're making a sacrifice, if you're used to having a fully modular system and you got to go to a powered system, we at least want to give you the ability to extend or expand the system a little bit, so you don't have that concession of going down to an all-in-one unit.
Gotcha. So tell me a little bit about the subwoofer if someone wants to extend the bass of their system. What's the model? What's the price? What's the configuration?
That's right. So we have one subwoofer that we make. It's an 8-inch sealed subwoofer, so pretty unusual in the segment. Most cheaper subwoofers are ported. We chose to go sealed just because there's less that can go wrong with a sealed box. So super low distortion, and don't have any issues with phasing with ports in that were tuned incorrectly. The sub 8 is $300. It's 300 watts. I think 150 RMS, and good down to about kind of 40, 35 Hertz in room.
Perfect for a desktop system, guys. So the last thing I want to go over with you guys is they have these really cool stands you put on your desktop. I didn't even know these existed from the brand. It's a great way because a lot of times you put these speakers on a desktop and they're either too low or they're just not firing at the listener correctly. These have the proper angle. They give you a little bit extra height. They look great. They don't take up any extra space on your desk. So how much are these stands? Are they
Yeah,
part
so
of an
we'll kind of
accessory?
show. So yeah, so we got like 3 different tiers or 3 different versions of stands for desktop. So you're looking at the S series. This is the S6, the largest one. We also have an S4 and an S2 in descending size.
I like that you decouple it here with some nice, like a rubbery felt kind of thing.
That's right. So the S series here were one of our first speaker stands that we did. We recently did an SE series, which is the elevated version of these stands. And you do get a silicone surface instead of foam padding. So silicone on the bottom and the top. So super grippy, it won't move around. And what's cool about
this holds it back too.
Yeah, that holds it back too. Works with kind of any speaker that's full size, but if you are using Kanto speakers, they do have a little slot and they come with a 1/4-20 binding post or a little screw. So you can actually get a really nice firm attachment. So don't have to worry about them accidentally falling over. Really nice tight.
That's a smart engineer.
That's right. And then we just have kind of our pedestal stands as well. So very similar in look to our floor standing ones. So just basically hollow center so you can run your cabling. And because we make powered speakers, we made sure the openings were really large so you could run an actual power cable through. So super easy cable management on these guys.
Awesome. Well, guys, I really liked hearing this demo. I like down-to-earth products like this that everybody could afford, and they're lifestyle products, so they're easy to integrate into your house, whether you're doing it on your TV or you're doing it on your desktop, or you just have a little music room you want to set up. You could definitely do that as well. Jason, appreciate you dropping the knowledge, and we're going to be covering your products more in the future. Beautiful. Guys, don't forget about our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. We appreciate your support. You get direct access to us if you want to suggest video topics or ask questions. And until next time, my friends, keep listening. You ready?
I am ready.
You're not nervous, are you?
Usually not nervous in front of camera.
Okay,
it's one of my many
Just
talents.
pretend it's not here.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. I had a waitress last night at this restaurant we were going. She just casually said, I used to work at a topless bar. And as soon as when she said that, everybody was paying attention. Everybody.
Tables around you were like,
Yeah.
what was that?
Anyways.